I bid you welcome to the final Montober video. Abbott and Costello meet Frankenstein. And this is the last video uploading on Halloween. Figured, why not wear a costume? Abbott and Costello, if you're not familiar, are two of the funniest comedians of all time. They're better with fast-paced, witty dialogue. This, although funny, is not one of their funniest films, and it is a comedy, so you can give it a positive review very easily. The movie was funny or it wasn't funny. In this case, the movie is funny. It centers around a shipment going to a wax museum called McDougal's House of Horrors, which contains Frankenstein's monster and Dracula. Why, we get a call in the beginning. Lawrence Talbert's trying to reach the place these packages are getting shipped to warn them about Frankenstein's monster and Dracula. And this is where we meet Abbott and Costello. They're baggage clerks. They wind up having to deliver the packages because of a mishap, because McDougal has these insured for a lot of money and he wants to make sure they're not damaged before he accepts delivery. Well, unfortunately for him, it's the real monsters. There's some great funny bits that I don't want to spoil while they're waiting for McDougal. You just have to see the movie. It seamlessly blends the classic style of Universal horror with the Abbott and Costello style of humor, although it's, again, not their funniest movie, but it's good. Lou Costello has this girlfriend in the film. She's working for Dracula. She's pretending to get close to him because she wants to put his brain in the monster's body so Dracula can have a minion that can be controlled more easily. They wind up getting arrested when the bodies disappear from the wax museum, and another woman working for the insurance company bails them out, and she pretends to be in love with Lou Costello to get information because she thinks she can lead them to, she can get him to lead her to the bodies. This is to the box set. I'll show you this later because I want to make a couple recommendations after this. Anyway, we get a funny scene that explains the way I like their dialogue the best. With Bud Abbott's a little jealous. He's like, "Hey, wait a minute, you got two girls. Don't we always share anything?" "Yeah, we do. If I had two shoes, I'd give you a pair." "Yes, you would. If I had two cigarettes, I'd give you one." "Sure you would." "And if I had two girls, well, why don't you put on those shoes, light up that cigarette, and go take a walk for yourself." Now, this is where they meet physically, Lawrence Talbert, and he asked them, "Lock me in my room. I'll explain more tomorrow." And Lon Chaney Jr., he is great in this role, as he always has. Only, I love what they do with him in this one because they make him Dracula's nemesis. He wants to stop Dracula. He's actively there to stop Dracula's plans. He's still living with this curse, but he's trying to do good now, even though he can't control the Wolfman. We do have a funny scene where, after he's locked in the room, Lou Costello goes back to give him his bag, and the Wolfman's stalking him, but not quite making it. The monsters in this film are essentially the straight guys in the comedy act. They're playing it safe. They're playing it straight, and Abbott and Costello are there as the more eccentric ones to it. And it works very good. I think, like I said, it's a flawless blend. We eventually get them at a masquerade party. They meet up again with Larry Talbot, and he freaks out, understandably so, at Bud Abbott's costume because he's dressed as a werewolf. Well, they meet up with Dracula at one point, and we get some nice conversation with Larry Talbot and Dracula. This is why I kind of consider this film, to me at least, the definitive monster mash, even though it's not straight horror, because Larry Talbot, the Wolfman, played by Lon Chaney Jr., Bela Lugosi returning for Dracula, and Glenn Strange, for my money, the second best Frankenstein's monster. So you get a great trifecta of monsters in this film. And I do love the exchange of dialogue. It makes me wish in the other Wolfman Frankenstein sequels with Dracula in them, they went this route a little more, where the Wolfman, Larry Talbot, was actively trying to hinder Dracula. Eventually, Larry turns. We get another funny scene with Lou Costello, then find out Mr. McDougal, who thinks they stole the exhibits, gets bit by the Wolfman. Yeah, we know he's in for a rough road after this. He accuses Lou Costello, Bud Abbott, because Bud Abbott had the costume on, and there's this big separation. Why this happens, the one girl that's working for Dracula, she gets back together with Lou Costello, and one thing leads to another. She leads him back to the mansion, and then we go into the third act. Talbot and Bud Abbott have to make it to the mansion, and then we get to it's the great third act. All three monsters get turned loose. Dracula and the Wolfman go at it. Granted, Bela Lugosi's older, so he can't do much, and there's a lot of stunt double. Bud Abbott and Lou Costello are running from the Frankenstein monster. There's a great scene in it where they pull a door open, and doors, they open outwards to the hallway, and then they push the bed up against it, and they have their elbows leaned against the door. We'll barricade it. He can't get in here. And Frankenstein's monster just opens the door. Yeah, you just made it easier for him. Again, that's what I like. The monsters play the comedy straight. They don't so much play the monsters for laugh, although there are some funny bits with the Wolfman. The humor comes from just the obliviousness to the situation, and you just have to see it to get it. The monsters get taken out in kind of disappointing ways. Frankenstein's monster falls through a burning dock. When Dracula tries to turn into a bat, the Wolfman jumps, grabs him, and they fall in the ocean. But other than that, it's still so much fun. I highly recommend this movie. I've not given money details because I want you to enjoy this movie and experience it for yourself. There's even a very fun cameo at the end by Vincent Price as the Invisible Man. Very highly recommend this film. Now, I want to give you some purchase recommendations if I've piqued your curiosity. If you're like or are interested in Abbott and Costello, I highly recommend the Universal Pictures collection. Even like a lot of these sets too, it comes with a fun little booklet full of details. There's one on Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein, and get this to the side for a minute. There's some nice little screenshots. There's the scene I was talking about with the Wolfman. That's when they're unpacking the monsters. That's before the surgery, and that's just a shot of the two of them together. And as far as the Universal monsters, the classic Monsters 30 film collection, which again comes with a nice little booklet full of fun information. Not much, just a light read, but cool if you're a fan and you want the collection. So that was Montober. I just want to say, if you're taking your kids trick-or-treating, be smart and safe. Check their candy. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, and be on the lookout coming very shortly to Duke-vember. I'm going to be reviewing 4 John Wayne movies for the month of November. Probably starting with Rio Bravo and most definitely ending with Donovan's Reef. So, don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. I'll catch you in the comment section. Over and